Thank you for visiting the Ulsan port, the port that keeps the people safe and protects their lives. The Ulsan port includes Ulsan Main Port, Onsan Port, Nipo Port, North Newport, and South Newport. The video you are watching was produced to keep the Ulsan port safe and accident-free. Please remember the safety regulations that you will soon be shown, and be sure to observe them. Caution during entry and exit. When entering and exiting the Ulsan port, the following matters are forbidden according to the port entry and exit procedures. Trespassing without undergoing the proper entry procedure. Theft or fraudulent use of another person's pass. Filming without permission or filming in restricted areas. Drinking, speeding, overloading in the port. Handling hazardous substances and explosive materials in the port. Vehicles may not be left parked on the docks. Entering the port to commit wrongdoing, engaging in prohibited behavior, can result in a fine of less than 3 million won and/or restrict your access to the port. Also bear in mind that you will also be liable for criminal charges. How to enter the port. If entering by car, the driver and all passengers must exit the vehicle and may board after passing through the security checkpoint. It is the same for entry by bicycle. Please dismount and go through the security checkpoint before mounting again. You must wear a safety helmet, safety shoes, high visibility clothing, and other personal protective equipment to enter the port. If found not wearing any one of these items, you cannot enter. Those who have not watched this safety video can enter the port after watching this video in a designated place. The Ulsan Port Authority requires the safety regulations be followed within the port to ensure the safety of those that enter and exit the Ulsan port. Driving and parking in the port. Drive slowly below the port's designated speed limit of 30 km per hour with your emergency lights on. Areas less than 20 meters from the quay wall of the port are parking restricted areas. Vehicles must be parked in areas off the road, outside restricted areas, and away from loading and unloading areas. Please take special care when passing through loading and unloading areas, as workers operating heavy equipment or forklifts could cross this area. Overloaded vehicles are not permitted. Also be sure that cargo is securely tied down to prevent it from slipping out. Caution for pedestrian workers. Please use the safety passage when walking within the port. In particular, when crossing the street, be sure to look both ways. Please use earphones and cell phones in a safe place outside of the worksite. Only stevedore involved with loading and unloading are authorized to enter the loading and unloading site. If access is required, you may ask permission from the loading and unloading foreman in charge and follow the instructions and regulations. Dangerous areas. The area within a 5-meter diameter of heavy equipment vehicles under operation is a dangerous area where fatalities can occur and is off-limits. Do not approach the area within 1 meter of the edge of the inner wall, as there is a risk of falling in the water. If you must approach, be sure to wear a life vest. After a ship has come alongside, there is a risk that the mooring line may snap, causing a fatal accident, so be sure not to take a break near the mooring bollards. Also, be sure to take caution near the stacked cargo to prevent crushing accidents in the open storage yard. The area near the dock conveyor belt is dangerous, so the area is off-limits when it is operating. If a dangerous situation occurs, tug on the pull cord switch next to the conveyor belt to stop the belt. Dealing with accidents. If an accident occurs, first stop all operations. Teams of 2 persons or more should rescue the victim, and to prevent a secondary accident, all workers should be evacuated. From a safe area, check the condition of the victim and, if required, administer first aid, and also report the accident by calling 119. If the victim has suffered cardiac arrest, use the automated external defibrillator stored in the port. The defibrillator uses high-voltage electricity. Therefore, be sure to stay clear of the victim to prevent a secondary accident of electric shock. If a worker has fallen into the water, use the life ring and life-saving pole to help the victim to breathe. Then pull the victim to the nearest quayside ladder and help pull the person up. The victim can die from hypothermia due to the low temperature of the seawater and must be rescued quickly. Remove all the wet clothes from the victim's body and cover the victim with dry clothes. Take the person to the nearest shower and rinse with warm water, or take the person to a warm place, raise the victim's body temperature, then call 119 or use a vehicle to take the person to a hospital. A safety culture in the port will benefit you all. Accidents in the port cause many serious accidents that can lead to death. Most accidents occur when the basic safety regulations are shrugged off and not followed. We require you to have a good mindset and attitude for safety to further our safety culture in the port.
제한 속도를 지키고
걸을 땐 안전 통로로
기본만 잘 지켜도 안전합니다.
A safe Ulsan port, free of accidents. We can make it.